Like many heroes, Ka was highborn. He was born fortunate, living in Istanbul for the majority of his childhood. Upper-class beliefs, such as secularism, were highly valued in his life. Because of this, he was born of a noble birth, with values that would place him in the upper-class, secularist communities of Turkey. Similarly to his childhood, when Ka arrived in Kars, he was recognized as a well-respected and noble person. This characteristic is known as his hubris. Although he is built upon a feeble two-faced personality with weak morals, he holds himself to an elevated social level that displays his excessive pride. This annoying and foolish characteristic distinguishes normal characters from protagonists. It shields them from community conflicts and their own flaws, which is in no way advantageous to a hero. While in Kars, Ka falls in love with a beautiful woman named Ipek. Unfortunately for Ka, his newfound happiness is reversed, as it is for heroes in all stories, when an organization known as the MIT interrogates him. Toward the end of their conversation, his happiness is crushed when the MIT tell him that Ipek was previously in a relationship with the fundamentalist Blue. He cannot handle the corruption of his happiness, and this leads to unwise decisions filled with his desire to recapture it. This desire of Ka's is ultimately depicted as his hamartia, or tragic flaw. His desires triumph over his fragile morals, and because of this, he constantly feels miserable, and ultimately dies. His aspiration to have Ipek reflects this desire when he gives away Blue to the MIT, and conclusively he ends up without Ipek and 3 bullets in his back. Just before death, a hero realizes their tragic flaw. This sudden realization is known as their catharsis. Readers tend to feel pity and sorrow for the characters after this climactic event. Snow's portrayal of a hero as a highborn character with elevated pride, a reversal of fortune, tragic flaw, and a catharsis is the framework that has been repeated in novels for centuries. These traits are what separate the men from the boys when it comes to heroes. As a projection of the author, is it possible that authors see these traits in themselves? According to the psychoanalytical lens, emotional traits of characters exist within an author. In this case, Orhan Pamuk most likely acts in a very similar way to Ka. Orhan displays himself as a highborn, noble writer that grew up in a wealthy district and has done nothing in his life for an occupation apart from writing. He most likely retains a tragic flaw similar to Ka's, but he will not understand it until seconds before death. If a hero would realize their flaw before they reach their deathbed, their life might not have been so miserable, and in some cases worthless. A man cannot become a hero unless he can see the root of his own downfall. What flaws do you see in yourself? Oftentimes your greatest flaw is the most clear of them all.